Hey guys, just before we get you to this live, Confessions is out on Amazon. To order your copy, head to shaw.b/confessions book, and let's get you to this live. Hey everyone, it's Adrian from the Pageant Project with you. Happy 2021 for those of you I haven't seen this year yet. My special guest for today is Leah Nicole Hinchee, who is Team
Hi.
Miss Atlantic Ocean Earth. Leah, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing well. First question, whereabouts are you coming to us from?
I'm coming to you from Weirton, West Virginia.
Okay, so as someone who's from Australia and doesn't really know about
Yeah.
the different parts of America and obviously can't travel at the moment,
hmm
can you tell us a little bit about your hometown?
Yeah, so I actually live in the tri-state area of West Virginia, Pennsylvania, Ohio in the USA. So I'm really close to Pittsburgh, but really you can be in Pennsylvania or Ohio in 5 minutes. So I'm not really too country into West Virginia, but I'm still here. Does that make sense?
Sounds good. And
Yes.
if I'm correct, you just had your interview for Miss Teen Earth
Yes,
USA.
yesterday.
And do you want to let us know how it went?
I think it went pretty good. I'm very excited with how it went. I came out of it very, very happy, so I'm excited for it.
Okay, well, that sounds amazing. When is the whole pageant going down? It's in only about a week from now, right? It's got to be pretty
Yes.
close.
So I actually leave a week from today, but the actual pageant and coronation itself, the night of the coronation, I believe is January 17th. So super, super soon. It's super exciting.
So, how are you feeling? The excited, not the nervous? A bit of both?
It hasn't quite hit me yet, so I'm very, very excited, but I'm sure the nerves will come soon.
If it hasn't hit you yet, I mean, when is it? Maybe it won't hit. Maybe you're one of those people who just doesn't get nervous. I mean, it's so close to it.
Yeah.
If you're not nervous by now, you're doing pretty well. You don't have to
No.
get nervous, by the way.
Yeah, yeah. I sat in the interview yesterday. I actually went in an hour early because I was like, oh no, I was freaking out. I got the time wrong. And I went in an hour early. And then I was super nervous. I was like, is it late? Like, why is it not happening? And I'm like, oh, like, I got the wrong time. So then it didn't really hit me until it actually happened. So now I'm just kind of like,
Do do you do you normally get the time wrong? I mean, I guess it's better to be early than to be an hour late. That wouldn't have been good.
Normally, no. I'm always one to be early, but I'm not one to be that early. So it was it was scary because I was just kind of sitting there. I was like, oh, like, am I in the wrong place? Did they forget about me? And I was like, oh, nope, it's my fault. I got the time wrong.
Were you on Zoom or something similar, were you?
Yes, Zoom.
And you were just sat there by yourself with nothing for an
Yes.
hour.
I sat there for 40 minutes and then my mom came down and was like, it's at 1:30, not 12:30. And I was like, oh.
It's being like stood up for a date. You go to a nice restaurant, sit down, and 40 minutes later, still no one's turned up.
Yeah.
Guys, if you're watching, if you have any comments, questions, or comments, put them in the comments below, and I'll pass them on to Leah. Danielle Mignon. Sorry, Danielle, I still can't pronounce your name. She said, "Yay, Pennsylvania." So Danielle is watching. Okay, well, Leah, why don't we start with the easy stuff?
Okay.
Tell us how you got involved in the crazy world of pageantry.
Well, I actually did pageants whenever I was 3. So I was super little. I would do all of the pageants all around the state of West Virginia. And I actually did one for toddlers and tiaras one time. I wasn't on the TV show, but I would have loved to have been whenever I was little. Then I actually quit for a really long time. This is actually my first pageant back since I was little. So this is a really new experience for me. And it's been so exciting so far.
And what made you, I mean, I guess when you're doing them when you're 3, I mean, you don't really know what you're doing, right? I
Yeah.
mean, I was 2 when I started playing the violin, and you just do what you do it because you're told to do it.
Yeah.
What made you decide to come back?
Well, I've always been one to love the environment, love being outside. I've always been a nature kind of girl. And I've always like thought, well, maybe I'll get back into pageants one day. So I found the Miss Earth system and I was like, might as well give it a try.
And can you tell us a little bit about what drew you to the Earth system in particular? I mean, you guys have your advocacies. As you mentioned,
Hmm.
you're a bit of a nature girl. So was there anything in
Yes.
particular that drew you to the Earth system?
Well, actually, it's not so much my nature side. Being an agency model, doing in photo shoots, I've seen clothes just thrown around and stuff. And seeing that like really broke my heart because it made me want to advocate for sustainable fashion. So that's my advocacy or advocacy, however you want to say it. Everybody pronounces it different. But that really wanted me to bring attention to it. And so that's what I'm advocating for. And that's really what brought me to the Miss Earth system because that's my chance. This gave me the voice to advocate for that.
Now, Danielle has a question over here. Can you give us hints to some of the fashion you're bringing to Orlando?
Oh, I can actually. Lots and lots of dresses. I have at
Of
least
course.
5 dresses. I have so many clothes packed for Orlando. I don't even know what to wear. I'm just like, what should I bring? Like, what's appropriate? What's not? What do I bring? So I have so many clothes I am bringing, and I mean, it's better to pack more than to have nothing to wear whenever you get there. So
Hmm.
I mean, and plus I go through clothes like crazy every single day. I wear like 5 outfits a day. But
5 in one day. How do you do
yes,
5 in one day? I'm
I
lucky if I
don't
do 5 in a
know.
week.
I don't know. I come upstairs and I'm like, oh, I'm changing my shirt. Oh, I'm changing these pants.
So talk to us because you said you're an agency model. At the age, you're only
Yes.
16, right?
Mm-hmm. That's correct.
So when did that happen? So you started young. When did you get signed up?
Yeah, so I actually got signed with my first agency whenever I believe I just turned 14 whenever I first signed with my first agency.
And what made you decide to become a model? I mean, it's obviously sounds pretty exciting. You go places, wear really nice clothes, but it's also it's a difficult path for those people who haven't actually tried it. It involves a lot of early wake up calls and freezing to
Mm-hmm.
death sometimes in places pretending to be warm. So what made you decide to try your hand at being a model?
I'm sorry, you're cutting out really, really bad.
Am I cutting out? Can you hear me okay now? Can
It's
you hear me,
cutting out
Leah?
really, really bad. Oh no.
It might be the internet connection.
Maybe I put
Can
this
you
one.
hear?
Yes, now I can hear you. Yes.
Okay. Guys at home, if you're watching, can you let me know if you can hear me okay? Just so Leah knows. So Leah, if they can hear me at home okay and you can't, it might be something to do with the wire in your earpods might be dropping in
Okay.
or out. But can you hear me okay now?
Yes, now I can hear you perfect. Oop, that's
Okay.
not saying.
Whack the other one in and we'll
Okay.
see how we go. Maybe one side's working the other. What I was just asking was what made you decide to try to be a model at the age of 14? Because a lot of people think it's really glamorous and it can be, but I also know it can be extremely hard work. So what made you decide to get into that?
Well, actually, it's a really, really weird story. So the first photo shoot I ever did was actually to get headshots for a dance competition for Photogenic. And then one day, a photographer I know, which happens to be a very close friend of mine now, he actually asked me to come do a photo shoot, and I was like, oh, okay. So I did, and then it just kept continuing on, and I kept progressing with it. I kept doing photo shoots, and just kind of came to here somehow. It's been crazy.
Have you enjoyed it so far?
Yes, I love it. It can be very stressful at times, but I really wouldn't trade it for the world. It's never a path I saw myself going on whenever I was little. I always wanted to be the actor on TV or a singer, even though I am a terrible singer, but here I am.
Do you want to give us a demonstration?
I don't think you want me to.
That's
That
what
might be really bad.
everyone That's what everyone says. I mean, is it a case of false modesty, in all honesty, or are you really that bad?
Well, personally, I don't think I'm that bad, but my mom
Exactly.
likes to like think I'm bad. So
She probably just wants some peace and quiet. It's not that you're bad. You probably sing really, really loudly. What's been the highlight of your modeling career so far?
oh, I don't know. There's so many to choose from. I think just one of the best parts of it is getting to actually met my best friend modeling. Her name is Stella. We met her at a photo shoot and we've gotten so close. And I think that's definitely one of the highlights. Doing all the photo shoots with her and just having so much fun together at photo shoots.
Okay, now just to bring you up to speed with some of the comments, Ralph here has said hello from Orlando.
Oh,
Good luck at the
hi.
pageant and hope to meet you. Now, this, as I understand it, is your mum, right? Christine Lee
Yes,
Trishelle?
that is my mother.
Okay. Now, to bring you up to speed, so Danielle has said that she can hear both of us. Thank you,
Okay,
Danielle.
good.
Now your mum has said no, she's that bad. Ryan Nolan, who I know has commented on a few of your photos, has said she's really that bad. So you're getting a
Well,
little bit
there
of
you
grief
go.
with your singing skills.
Yeah.
I mean, do you want to prove them wrong? You can sing right now if you want to.
I mean, I can get my karaoke microphone for you. I'm just kidding.
What's your favorite song to sing? Who's your favorite artist?
I don't really have a favorite artist. I think it really just depends on the song. But if I'm really
Yeah.
feeling it, I love me some Justin Timberlake and I love Ariana Grande. And I think my favorite song to sing ever is Mirrors by Justin Timberlake. Love that song. But have you heard the Miss Earth theme song, Woman of the Earth?
No, I haven't.
Oh my gosh, you need to go listen to it when we're done. I sing that
Okay,
song every single day. It
amazing.
is,
I
yeah, it is
mean,
great.
I will have to listen to it.
You will.
You said you're a JT fan. Were you a JT fan back in the NSYNC days, or was that too early ago?
A little bit too far.
A little bit too far. Okay, just wanted to check. Ralph has said hello, Miss Pennsylvania. Leah, can you just remind me, what did you say your advocacy was? It was what I would
Sustainable
understand to be
fashion.
fast, sustainable fashion. Okay,
Yes.
so we talk a lot. I do a lot of work with the UK, and they talk a lot about fast fashion, which I guess is kind of same. It's the opposite to sustainable fashion,
Yes.
where you get all your clothes new and then you probably throw them out, and it's very, very wasteful. So in terms of your advocacy, what are the sort of steps that you're encouraging people to take, or what's the sort of awareness that you're trying to build around sustainable fashion?
Well, through my platform, Tees for Trees, I'm actually trying to get people to donate their old clothes to shop sustainably to bring awareness to the problem because fast fashion is actually 10% of the carbon footprint for the world, which is crazy
Oh,
for
well.
one industry. So, I mean, if we can all just donate our old clothes, buy from thrift shops, even, it's just stuff that's simple as that we can do to make the change.
Do you find it difficult at all? Because obviously you're an agency model, and very often with influencers and models, they're spruiking the latest clothes, the latest designers.
Mm-hmm.
Is it hard for you to find a balance between wanting to shop sustainably and then sometimes as a model having to wear the latest and greatest clothes?
It can be at times. I'm sorry, I have like a frog in my throat right now. It can be at times. It's hard because you like have to wear the clothes, but then you also have the sustainable side to it, and you can do it sustainably by wearing the clothes more
Mm.
than once rather than throwing them away. And stores such as H&M, I know there's a few stores in the world that are actually sustainable rather than fast fashion stores such as Fashion Nova, Forever 21. If you can shop sustainably and you can live sustainably, then we can be sustainable. And personally, when it comes to that question, I like to take the sustainable route more than the fast fashion route, even when it comes to modeling, due to my advocacy, of course. But it is hard at times, but I know it's the right thing to do. And of course, it's the thing I advocate for.
Can you just run us through, off the top of your head,
Mhm.
Which stores do you generally recommend? Are there any stores that you recommend for people to shop at because they tend to be more sustainable than the others?
One of my favorite stores ever is H&M, and they are very, very sustainable. Um, Athleta, they are great. Woven, actually, they are a workout store, and they have some of the best workout clothes. They are so cute, and they are very, very 100% sustainable, which I love.
That's amazing because I think that's a very
Yes,
simple way for people to make a difference. Because it's one thing,
it
to talk about
is.
sustainable clothing, sustainable fashion, but if
Mm-hmm.
there's nowhere to buy it from, people go, well, that's too hard. You did mention also like thrift stores or second-hand
Mm-hmm.
stores. Are you one of those people who likes to go out and find a good bargain? Like you love the shopping part of it?
Yes. I love to go out and find a good sale for a great clothing. I think it's great. And I think we can go to thrift stores and consignment stores and find very cute clothes. I'm so sorry. And design and designer clothes. And for cheap, and it's great.
You must have been yelling too much in your interview yesterday. You're losing your voice. This
I
is not good. A
know.
week
This
before your
happens
pageant
to
to be
me all the
losing your voice.
time. Oh my gosh, no,
Losing
it's
your
not good at
voice?
all.
Do you lose your voice all the time? Or you just been singing too loudly?
Probably that. I just have a very scratchy, I find myself having a very scratchy voice in general. But it happens to me all the time. I just like lose my voice at random times, and I'm like, why is this happening to me right now? Like, this cannot happen.
You know that if you do end up with a properly scratchy voice, then you really do have to become a singer. Because female singers with scratchy voices are very in demand because there aren't many of them.
I might have to be then.
Okay, there you go. We've
Yeah, there we
decided.
go.
Don't worry
Future
about the modeling,
career.
just become a singer. Yeah, you
Yeah.
just have to yell a lot until you lose your voice so many times that you end up speaking like this. Well, not quite like
Yes.
that, but you you get it. Uh, can you walk us through some of your shopping achievements? Because I know that when you guys love your shopping and you find something that's on sale and it's amazing, you remember it for the rest of your life. So,
Yes.
have there been any particular like sustainable fashion pieces you found in random places and you've just gone, oh my God, I need to show everyone this?
Well, this is actually a really funny story. I personally think it's funny. So I was actually I was at a thrift store one time, and I actually found a Valentino bag, which was pretty cool. So it was only like $100 for a bag that's been used and a designer bag. So of course I bought it, and I've used it a million times already. So my cost to wear with it is pretty good. So that's great. I'm very excited about it. It was a really cool find, but
Just to give me an idea, and I'm scared to ask, how much does a Valentino bag new cost?
I don't even know off of the top of my head. I just know it's expensive.
Do you think we'd be into the thousands of dollars or would it be hundreds of dollars?
Um, I it depends on what bag you're buying. The one I got it for $100, and I think it was like, I don't even know, but I was just happy it was on sale because I know it's a very expensive brand. So
I
I was like,
wonder how
oh,
that
that's a
ended.
deal.
I wonder how it ended up at the thrift shop to begin with. Someone, well, I don't know. I figure like if you buy a piece like a Valentino bag, why would you ever
Hmm.
want to get rid of it unless you really didn't want it in the first place?
I
Which I guess
know.
speaks to your advocacy about sustainable fashion. I mean, I
Hmm.
wouldn't be giving away my designer pieces.
No.
Uh, okay, so the pageant is coming up soon.
Yes.
We've already said that you're feeling excited about it, not nervous, which
Hmm.
is amazing. Can you give us an idea how you've prepared for the pageant? Because obviously 2020 for everyone has been a really weird year. So how has it been preparing for a pageant when you probably didn't know it was on and then it was on, or was whether it was going to be virtual or whether it was going to be in person? What has your prep been like?
It's been a crazy ride. I've had my title since April, and with the pageant getting postponed and rescheduled and canceled again, and whatever. Oh, this keeps swinging. I'm sorry. It has been crazy, but it's actually given me a lot of time to prepare. I've been training in the gym with my personal trainer, Myers. I'm James Myers since March. I've been interview training, I've been on stage training for walking, and I've been training in the gym, training on my mental health just to make sure I'm fully prepared. And I just can't believe it's next week already. Like, I'm like, wow, like, it's actually here. I never thought this time would come.
Can you give people an idea how much prep goes into it? Because people see pageant girls or people see models for that
Mm-hmm.
fact, and they just assume that it happens all effortlessly. How much prep have you actually put into this?
A ton. There has been so much that has gone into this. It's been so much time, so much work, literal blood, sweat, and tears. But we are here, and we
I
are.
hope not literal blood. You haven't literally spilled blood for it, have you? Unless you've given blood, donated blood. You haven't.
um, I mean, I've tripped a couple times, like in my heels, but other than that, it's the only time I've ever bled.
Actually, no, now this reminds me because to before our interview, obviously, I read your chapter
Yes.
in our book, and you did mention how horrifically clumsy you are. Now, I got to say, every pageant girl I know says they're clumsy. Are
Mm-hmm.
you actually that clumsy, or are you just saying you're clumsy?
I'm pretty clumsy.
What's the most embarrassing clumsy moment you've had?
The most embarrassing clumsy moment I had, I would have to say, I remember this vividly too. I was at my first pageant. I want to say I was 4 years old. I don't know how I remember this so well. But I got done, I had my little tutu outfit on. Not my tutu outfit, but the dresses that little girls wear in pageants. I was walking
Yeah.
off the stage. Next thing you know, there I go. Right off the stage, into the grass.
What, you walked off the stage?
I fell off the stage.
That's not easy to do. Imagine when you're four, you're that tiny. I mean, were you not looking at where you were going, or you tried to spin and just veered wildly off course? Or
I don't know. I was just trying to get off the stage. Boom, there I go.
did you cry, have a tantrum afterwards, or did you just pick yourself up and keep going?
I don't remember exactly. I think I just kind of like got up and just brushed it all off and walked off stage.
You probably blacked out the memory from that point on.
Probably.
I was, so, are you still having your moments now at the ripe old age of 16? Are you still having your clumsy moments, or your clumsy moments from when you were 4 years old?
They are not nearly as bad as that, but there's still them here and there. I trip all the time. I fall. I swear I've tripped at least 10 times today just over nothing. So
Have you ever fallen up steps?
yes. Oh my gosh, yes.
Okay. All right. So it's not just the heels then, it's just general oopsie
Yes.
daisy, there she goes.
Yes.
Okay. All right, that's fair. If you happen to have the honor of taking up the title, Leah, what would you want to do with it, with your year?
There's a lot of things I would want to do with my year. I would want to take my platform to the next level. I would want to expand Tees for Trees, bring out more t-shirt designs, use it to educate people on a higher level. I would want to host more cleanups, host bigger cleanups. I would want to. There's so many things I would want to do. I want to travel and bring awareness to people all around the world. I just really want to be the voice for the voiceless and inspire people to take care of their planet.
And I'm just noticing now because you can see that your video is actually underneath. You can see Lindsay's face just poking up. I don't know if you can see it quite that clearly. You actually bear kind of a striking resemblance to Lindsay right there. I know that in
Really?
your book, yeah, I know that in your book, in your book, in your chapter in my book, you mentioned that Lindsay Coffey, obviously the Miss Earth USA, and now Miss Earth, that she was your inspiration.
Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit about why you look up to Lindsay?
Yes. Well, Lindsay was my Miss Atlantic Ocean. So it was really cool because getting to know her just then and then seeing her win the USA title, sorry, was really amazing. And I was like, wow, like she's Miss Earth USA. And that was so cool. And it was so cool getting to experience her Miss Earth thing with her. whenever she went, we were texting each other, and it was so amazing to get to experience that with her and to be a part of her journey. And I am so blessed to have her as a sister queen. And whenever she won Miss Earth, I was in literal tears. I was shaking. I was like, oh my gosh, she just did that.
What in terms of looking up to her, what sort of things do you look up to her for in terms of her personality? I haven't spoken to her personally, but obviously looking at some of her videos, looking at some of her photos, she looks extremely fierce. Like
Yes.
her gown walk to the Barbie Girl song was very fierce. She's obviously
Yes.
really well spoken. For yourself, what are the aspects of Lindsay that you most look up to that you might want to emulate yourself?
Well, Lindsay is like a big sister to me. So some of the things that really speak to me from her, she is an inspiration to me, obviously. The way she speaks inspires me. She speaks very powerfully. She walks with confidence, which is so amazing. You see her videos and she's just like, wow, like that's
Yeah.
Lindsay Coffey. And I really want to follow in her footsteps. I want to be like her. She's my biggest inspiration.
Sounds good. And similarly to yourself, I believe you want to study law. Is that correct?
I would like to. It's one of my options in life one day. I'm not 100% sure what I want to do, but it would be really, really cool, I think, to study law.
Because she's also talked about studying law as well. So you have that in common.
Yes.
And just on that note, I know at the age of 16, it's hard to ask where you see yourself. I mean, I know 30, 40-year-olds who sort of know what they want to do, and that's fine. You figure it out. But in terms of longer term goals, Leah, where would you like to see yourself, let's say at the end of the year in 2 years' time, something like that?
Well, at the end of this year, I would love to be Team Miss Earth USA.
That's a given.
Yeah, that's an obvious goal. But at the end of this year, I will be a junior in high school. So I just hope I hope I finish out school this year with all A's. Hopefully, I would love to win this. I would love to put my impact on the world through this title, through the Team Miss Earth USA title. And throughout this year, I really just want to grow more with myself and inspire others to be the best person they can be and to advocate for their planet.
And how would you, if you go on to take out the title,
Yes.
how would you like to be remembered? We've talked about Lindsay, obviously, and how she sings.
Yeah.
How would you like to be remembered?
I want to be remembered as the one who made the difference, the one who changed the world. And I think that I can do that through my platform and through this title. And I want to inspire people. And I want to, how do I explain this? I don't know how to explain this. I want to inspire people to be more sustainable, to not only eat sustainably, but to live sustainably, to shop sustainably, and to donate their old clothes and pay attention to environmental awareness, environmental issues, and environmental impacts, and how we can be the change.
I think your generation coming up is a lot better at that. I think
Yes.
they're much more, you guys are much more aware than probably the older generations of exactly how big the environmental impact is. I think almost all of you believe that climate change is really something that needs to be addressed. It's not some sort of myth. So I'm sure you'll do that. You just have to watch your voice because you've obviously been advocating so loudly, you're losing your voice. Now, comments Kelsey, who I've interviewed, she's Team Miss New York. She said, "Hi Leah, I'm so proud of all that you do, and I can't wait to officially meet you in Orlando." Lots of love from Team Miss New York. Have you been to Orlando before? I know there's a Disney World or a Disneyland there.
I have been to Orlando and Disney World, I want to say 8 or 9 times now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So Orlando isn't going to be like anything new to me. I've been going to Orlando since I was super little, so it's going to be so fun.
You've been like 8 times or so. You've been there like 7 more times than I have.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite ride at Disneyland or Disney World?
I actually do at Disney World. I believe it's at Hollywood Studios. The Rock and Roller Coaster, best ride at Disney World, hands down. It's so much fun. it is the best roller coaster to go on there. It's actually the fastest ride there, I think. So if you ever go and you have the chance, definitely go on that one because it is so fun.
So you're a roller coaster kind of girl. You're the
Yes.
adrenaline junkie. So the faster,
Yes.
the better. What's the scariest thing you've ever done? Like that's got the adrenaline like shooting up.
Oh, okay. So, in Pittsburgh, there's actually this amusement park called Kennywood, and they have this. How do I explain this? It's like a swing drop thing, and they drop you from like super high in the sky. I want to say it's about like a couple hundred. I don't want to say couple hundred feet. Really, really high. We'll put it that way. And you're up there and you're just dangling. You're like this, and you're like just looking down, and you pull a lever whenever the thing dings, and it just drops you. And I was like, but it was so fun. It was definitely one of like the best experiences I've had when it comes to that kind of thing. Usually people hate heights, but I love heights, and I think it's so cool.
So it's just a giant swing.
Yes, a giant swing
How do
that
you
like
how do you get down?
you have to
How
like
did you get off?
I don't know because you're like over a lake, and so like you're just like kind of like swinging, and then you kind of have to like grab like the net to come back, and it was like and they kind of pull you back, and I was like, not too bad.
Not too bad.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad.
Falling a couple of 100 feet over a lake, it's not too bad. It's all the life of. I know people who can't climb up a ladder, so you obviously don't have a fear of heights. Have you ever been skydiving?
I have
Well, you might not have
not,
been
but
allowed to be a skydiving.
I have not,
What
but
would
I
you
would love to go skydiving.
Yeah, you're definitely an adrenaline junkie by the sounds of things. Your
Yeah.
mum here has commented about your fall, I believe. Yes, dirt in her teeth.
Yep.
Hopefully that doesn't happen in the upcoming pageant. You fall off the stage and get up with dirt in your teeth. But you
I
never
sure
know.
hope not.
Yeah. Ryan here has asked, how can your use of social media allow you to reach your generation?
Well, I believe social media has the biggest impact on our generation. We are on our phones every day, scrolling through Instagram, scrolling through Snapchat, scrolling through TikTok, especially. And obviously, I'm actually one to go through Facebook. Everybody says it's like an old person app, but I love Facebook. And
Facebook has been around a while, yeah.
Yes,
What
I
were you
love
saying?
Facebook. Well, I believe that through social media, we can reach so many people, and I post almost every day on my title accounts about how we can be sustainable and ways to be sustainable when making clothing choices, about environmental issues. And I believe social media has the biggest impact, and it's one of the best ways for us to make a difference in the world through this generation.
Absolutely. Have you ever struggled with being on social media too much? I mean, social media addiction is very real. You know, the scrolling, especially with
Yeah.
TikTok in lockdown. Everyone was
Yes.
just scrolling for hours and not being able to put it down. Do you ever struggle being able to put your phone down and just switching off?
I do. Earlier, I could not get off of TikTok no matter how hard I tried. Like this morning, I'm just scrolling and scrolling. I'm like, I need to get off. And then there's nothing else to do. And I'm like, but then it comes to a point where I think sometimes I'm like, I really don't want to be on my phone unless I really need to. But then there's also times where I'm like, I can't get off. But I believe if it's used.
What are the sort of TikToks that you were finding it impossible? Like, do you like the funny ones? Are you looking at fashion ones? Which ones are you looking at?
Oh, I love funny TikToks. But I laugh at anything. So.
That's fair enough. Elizabeth Coulthard has said evening. Leah, just before we go to the final 10 questions, is there anyone that you want to give a shout out to or say thanks to for supporting you along your journey?
Yes, I want to say thank you to my mom. Thank you for supporting me through everything. Thank you for being my biggest support system. Thank you for being my best friend and guiding me through life. You have been so amazing. I want to give a shout out to my photographer, Ryan Nolan. Thank you for taking my picture, helping me with all of my videos and making sure the job gets done. I want to thank you to all of the amazing directors at Miss Earth USA. Every director has been amazing so far, and I'm so grateful for this experience.
I'm just trying to find the photo, see if I have it downloaded here somewhere, the photo that you took with the book sleeping. Whose idea? I'm just trying to find it here. Here it is. I'll bring it up so you can see it as well. Hang on a sec. Whose idea was it to take this photo? Because I love this photo.
The
This might
sleeping
be my
idea.
favorite one.
The sleeping idea was actually my idea. I was just kind of like, oh, let me pretend I'm sleeping and hold the book.
It's like you're dreaming of becoming the woman on the cover.
Yeah, no, it turned out really good, actually. I was like, well, give this a try, because we were trying to get like the perfect shot of like me like reading the book in bed, and I'm like, well, let me act like I'm sleeping with it, and it turned out really, really good.
I love this photo.
Yes, I love it.
Can you tell us, where do we get these queen hair clips from? I mean, Lindsay has one, you have one. I mean, they're like the perfect fashion accessory, I gotta say, for a pageant girl. Where do you get the queen clips from?
Yes, I actually got mine off of eBay a long, long time ago. So whenever I found it, I was like, oh my gosh, this is perfect.
It's so funny. Like, obviously, Lindsay is your inspiration.
Yes.
You've got the same hair clip. You're obviously in the same system. Your director, Laura Clark, another L, is in
Yes.
your book. And then there's you with another L. You really lucked out with the book, didn't you, in terms of having your inspiration, your
Yes.
director, and yourself. And in the book, you're almost like back-to-back chapters.
Yes.
Because I put Lindsay first, and then I think it was Laura, and then there's one other, and then there's you. It's like bang, 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 bang. So you really lucked out with the book. I don't
Yeah,
think
the
anyone got
lucky
a better
L's.
deal than you did. Yeah, must be something to do with the L's for the Miss
Must
Earth system.
be.
I do love that photo. Now, just before we go to the final 10, let's catch you up with the questions. All right, so Elizabeth here has asked, what's your favorite round?
Personally, when it comes to pageants, I love the swimsuit round. Obviously, this is the first pageant I've really ever competed in since I was super little, and I found out that I love the swimsuit round. I feel most confident, and I get to show off the body I worked for.
Amazing. Ryan, your photographer, said this was a team effort, Adrian. And your mum here has said Etsy. Does that mean that did you get the clip from Etsy?
Must be Etsy then. eBay or Etsy, one of the two. I don't know. They both start with E's. Oh, eBay too.
You can argue about who's right and wrong after we get off the interview. All right, Leah. I was about to call you Lindsay. I'm getting confused. There's too many L's. It wouldn't be a bad thing to call you Lindsay, but Leah, the final 10. This is not a speed round. You don't have to answer it as quickly as you can, although if you want to, feel free, because I know you pageant girls are competitive at the best of times. Okay, so question 1. What is your favorite word?
No, I've never thought of that one before, actually. I'm not going to be speedy with this one. I think my favorite word would have to be love. You can use it in so many different ways.
That's a good choice. Question 2. Most of these questions are going to come in pairs, so you know. So question 1 was, what's your favorite word? So question 2 is, what is your least favorite word?
No. I hate being told no.
Yeah, I can literally see your facial expression when you say the word no. You don't even like saying it. What happens when someone tells you no? Do you go out of your way to prove them wrong?
It depends on the situation. If somebody's telling me no, or if I'm being rejected for something, then yes, I'm going to go out of my way, work harder, and prove them wrong. But then if it's like my mom telling me like she won't do something for me, I won't do something, I'm like I get upset.
Can you pull that face again? Pull that face again. That's the cutest pouting face I've ever seen. Yeah, the puppy dog eyes happening. Does that face work? I'm imagining that face works.
It does, yes. It works
You
so
get
good.
whatever you want just by pulling that face. Here's a question. You were talking about acting before. Can you cry on demand?
If I really push myself to, I can. Oh no, it like froze up.
Oh,
Oh,
sorry,
okay.
Leah.
All
I just
right.
dropped out
It's
for a
okay.
sec. Um, have you ever cried on demand
Yes.
to persuade your mum to you? Okay. You really should be an actor. If you can do that, you're
Yeah.
destined to be an
Yes.
actor. All right. Question three. In life, what gets you excited or what turns you on?
I think what gets me excited is having something to look forward to, such as next week. I am so excited. I've been working for this for months, and I've been so excited about this for so long, and now it's finally here.
What are you going to do after the pageant? Because obviously you have a big excitement leading up to the pageant, and
Yes.
then afterwards is what we call pageant hangover, right? And then it's
Yeah.
whether you win or lose, it's kind of like you've met everyone, it's been amazing, and then you kind of come back to your normal life. Do you have any exciting plans to keep you going after the pageant?
Nope, not yet.
Haven't
After the
thought that far
pageant,
ahead.
yeah, no. I know I want to go to Fogo de Chao. It's a restaurant that just brings you like endless meat. And it's my favorite restaurant ever, but I haven't been eating there in a while because Pittsburgh's been shut down.
Right.
So whenever the pageant's over and I get back, that's the first place I'm going.
You're fancy. You're actually going to a proper restaurant. Most pageant girls, after the pageant, they go straight to McDonald's or Macca's, as we Australians call it. You're going
You
to a
know, I
fancy.
will be in Orlando, so
That's fair enough. All right. So question three is what turns you on. So question four is what turns you off.
doubtful people.
Interesting. Okay. I think we can understand that one,
Yes.
especially when you're going for big dreams. Question five, what sound or noise do you love?
Oh, I don't know. I love these. This might sound really, really weird, but you know how people hate the sound of like chalk on the chalkboard?
Mm.
I kind of like it. It's not that bad. I think people like over dramatize it. It's really not that bad.
I mean,
Unless it's like screeching.
you're so young at 16. Have you actually ever had a chalkboard in a class? Because I got to think, like here in Australia, it's all whiteboards and smart boards now. So have you actually ever seen a chalkboard?
I have. Whenever I was, I want to say like first grade, I went to a Catholic school and they still had chalkboards. They didn't have
Wow.
smart boards yet. And I remember that sound and I'm like, but it's not that bad at the same time. Like it brings back memories.
Yeah, I don't think it's that bad. I wouldn't. I mean, the writing on the chalkboard's actually quite nice.
Yeah.
It's
It's
the
not that, yeah,
scratching of the
see?
fingernails
Oh,
that people have an issue with.
yeah.
But
No.
no,
See, writing
that
on
never
it is
hurt me.
not bad.
Yeah, writing on it is nice. Okay, so now just before we go to question six, your mum here has said that it works every time. Your face or the crying.
My face does
How
work
often does
every
that
time.
face come out? Are we talking about like once an hour, several times an hour? Or what?
I would definitely say multiple times a day.
That's why you're so good at pulling that face, is because you practice it so much. All
Yes.
right, question six. So, question five, what's your favorite sound? Question six, what sound or noise do you hate?
The vacuum.
That's an unusual one. So, you love the chalkboard, but you hate the vacuum.
Yes, my mom, she goes to sweep, and I'm like, I go straight up to my room. I hate the sound of the vacuum cleaner.
Why?
I don't know. It's just the sound of it. It's so loud, and I think it's irritating almost.
Do you ever tell your mum to stop vacuuming?
Yes, I do. I unplug it sometimes even.
Okay. Dear me. I bet that goes well. Your mum's trying to clean the house and you unplug a vacuum cleaner. I'm sure that wouldn't cause any arguments whatsoever. All right. Question seven. If you could have any one superpower, what would you pick and why?
Now, if we're talking about this in like a very serious way, I think I would want to have the superpower to be able to make the impact on the world, but any impact that is needed at the time, such as right now with COVID
Yeah.
19. I would want to be able to help the people that are affected by COVID-19, that are homeless because of COVID-19, that aren't working because
Mhm.
of COVID-19, that are not eating, don't have enough food, don't have jobs. Be the superhero in that sense whenever it comes to that, but whenever it comes to like fun and whenever it's a fun
Yeah.
question, I think I would want to be able to like teleport and like go to the future and stuff.
Well, you've picked two. You've picked teleport and time travel.
Oh,
So if you had to pick one, which one would you pick? You got to narrow it
time
down.
travel.
Do you want the teleport or the time travel?
I think I want time travel.
Do you go future or past?
You know, they say never look back, but there are some very, very good memories I would love to go back to because I like to be surprised with the future. I don't want to know. I want to be surprised.
So you wouldn't go to the future, check the lotto numbers, come back and make $1 million
Okay, well
because
in
you want to
that
be
case
surprised.
I might. In that case I might.
Okay, just pulling your leg. All right, question 8. Now it's a bit different for you because you're still in school. It's
Yes.
normally what job would you like to try other than your own? But let's just say, what would be your dream occupation?
I have so many different dream occupations. I would love to be a lawyer. I would love to be a fashion designer. And I would love to be, of course, like, I would love to go bigger into modeling. And
Mhm.
I think those are the three things I would love to look forward to and do in my future.
Nalisha Ramdial has said she hates it too. She must be talking about the vacuum cleaner sound. So you're not alone.
Probably.
Your mum has said Leah and all the cats take off.
Yep.
Uh, has it ever occurred to you, Leah, that the reason your mum starts vacuuming is to get rid of you?
It would not surprise me. It would not
And
surprise
then you
me.
turn it
Usually,
off and then you come back?
I'm sure she's done that before. I mean, unless it might be something she's not telling me.
And how many cats? You said you, I think, of 5 cats, is that?
Yep, I have 5 cats.
What are the names?
Bella, Baby, Winnie, Tiki, and Pippi.
And what sort of cats are they?
Um, they're actually all very, very different. I have one gray one orange one black one, a black and white one, and a calico.
And which one is your favorite?
My gray one, because she's big and fat and she's cuddly. And this cat is like my best friend. Like this cat lays with me in bed and she like bites like this part of my nose and it's so painful, but it's so cute.
Yeah, I don't know why cats do that. I have a cat and he does the same thing. He doesn't, and it's
Really?
not really a bite. It's just he kind of latches on, but he
Yeah.
doesn't latch on to my nose. He latches onto my chin.
Oh.
And
Yeah.
it's quite painful because you can't like you're not supposed to be get bitten on your face, but also you
Mm-hmm.
can't just pull them off because their teeth, the way they're shaped, if you pull it off, you end up with like chunks coming out of your face. So I don't
Yes.
know why they do that, but I'm glad to hear I'm not the only one who has a cat that just
Oh my
bites them
gosh,
on
no,
the
you
face.
are not. You are not the only one.
Such a weird thing. And people who say cats, like they say they prefer dogs because dogs are affectionate and attention. They love giving you attention. My cat is like a dog though. Like my cat
Yes,
is
all
so
of my cats
friendly
are.
and follows me around everywhere. And like he will
Uh-huh.
normally just sleep right next to me. So I don't know. So maybe we just got nice cats and some other people have horrible cats.
Yeah,
Who
and we
knows?
must have got lucky with our cats.
Yeah. Okay, so Nalisha said, haha, it's so quiet and peaceful as soon as it's off.
Yes.
Evelyn, who's Miss Universe over here in Galway, in Ireland, she said, Team Crazy Cat Ladies. Evelyn,
That
how
would
many
be
cats do you
me.
have? And Elizabeth has said, my cat does that when she wants attention. My,
Aw,
when
yes.
does, for me, it's not when he wants attention, it's when he's sort of lying next to me and then he just sort of
Yes.
gets into it and he's, getting comfortable and then he latches on. It's like it's not when he wants attention, it's when he's comfortable and then he just decides to go.
That's
And the next thing
exactly
you know,
how
you've
it
got a
is for
cat at.
me.
Yeah, cats are weird. Anyway,
Very.
um, let's move. Let's move on. So that was your dream job. What job would you never like to attempt? That's question 9.
I don't think I could ever be a healthcare worker just because I don't think I could do well with seeing people pass away and seeing people in that shape. Just even like hearing about it breaks my heart, and I just don't personally think I could do it.
Yeah.
It takes a true
Especially,
hero to do that.
and we know that, especially, well, doubly so after 2020, don't we? Those amazing
Yes.
people who have put themselves on the line with
Yes.
Corona. Final question, Leah. If God exists, if heaven exists, what would you like to hear God say when you arrive at the pearly gates?
I think I would like to hear him say, "I'm proud of you."
Very nice. I'm sure he or she would. Don't know if God is a man or a woman. Okay, now Ryan here has just said, Adrian, I want to say that the book is phenomenal. Congratulations on the success. Thank you, Ryan. And Evelyn here wants. I'll show you the cat afterwards, Evelyn. I made a TikTok with my cat. Have you ever made a TikTok with your cat?
I have actually.
What would describe your cat TikTok for us?
Well, really, it was just like me videoing the cat, but my mom was like, "You know those things that they like with like the stick, and then it has like the feather hanging down." Like
Oh yeah,
it was
yeah,
just
yeah.
like doing like that to make it like dance to the song, and it was just a video of the cat dancing to the song.
Have you found that different cats chase that and different cats don't chase it with like the little toys
Yes,
and the sticks?
it
Yeah,
really
because
depends on the cat.
I have two cats. One, when you do that, she'll immediately go to play,
Yes.
and then the big boy, who's a bit dopey, he doesn't have any interest, and when you swing it, it just hits him in the face again and again and
Yeah.
again. It's not the best look. Anyway, look, Leah, that's about it. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for having me.
And best of luck with the pageant. When does the pageant itself begin, or when are you leaving, and when does the actual pageant begin?
So I actually leave a week from today, so next Tuesday, and the actual pageant starts. I believe the pageant starts I believe the 12th. I think it starts the 15th, and the final night is the 17th. So exciting!
Very, very exciting. Well, look, best of
Yes.
luck. I'm
Thank you
sure
so
you'll do
much.
an amazing job. I'll be watching
Thank
very, very
you.
intently, just for my own interest. Do you know if it's being live streamed? Because if
It
it's on
is.
TV, I won't be able to see it. It's being live streamed. Okay.
Yes.
Do you know where it's being live streamed?
It's going to be on VIP Pageantry, so it's going to be on Facebook, Roku TV, and a few other places.
Cool. Amazing. All right. Well, I'll have to tune in. All right. Leah, I will keep you on the line for just a sec whilst I hang up with the audience. I'm going to thank everyone for watching, whether it's live or on the replay, and sending in your questions. And we will speak to you next time.
All right. Thank you so much.
Hey guys, thanks so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Remember, Confessions is out. To get your copy from Amazon, head to shaw.b/confessionsbook. And I'll see you next time.